Welcome back to another episode of Dive Addiction. Today we are going to be diving on Loggerhead Reef. This is a drift dive in Jupiter, Florida, and we are out with Jupiter Dive Center. So we're here at Loggerhead Reef, and I'm going to give you a bit of information throughout the dive on the Loggerhead Turtle. Even though we don't see any on this dive, I figure I'd give you guys a little bit of facts. And yeah, so come along with me on this dive. Enjoy all these sweet sponges, coral that we get to see, and fish like this squirrel fish right here. Can't understand why they call it a squirrel fish. I mean, that big black eye, I don't see the resemblance. So the loggerhead turtle likes to get up underneath these ledges in the little cracks and crevices and stick its head in there while it's resting, just back in hanging out. Like I said, we don't get to see any on this dive, unfortunately. I even tried to go over to the Loggerhead Rescue, and they didn't have any loggerhead turtles in. Really disappointing. I was really hoping to get to see some, but I'm not disappointed with the dive. This was a beautiful dive, and yeah, we're gonna go through a little bit of facts about the loggerhead turtles, since I am in one of their breeding grounds, right off of one of their most popular nesting beaches, Jupiter, Florida. Loggerhead turtles are the most widespread sea turtle in the world. Loggerhead sea turtles are long-lived sea turtles that don't reach sexual maturity until 35 years old. They will mate in their coastal regions every 2 to 3 years, and then will make a massive migration to the exact same beach where they were hatched. That was interesting information that I didn't know until I started researching them a little bit more. They get their name from their head, because their head is massive and looks like it's as sturdy as a log. They use their beak to crush crustaceans like shellfish, basically, like conch and different crabs and stuff like that, horseshoe crabs. But yeah, this was another amazing dive that I was really happy to go on. I love looking at all the different species of sponges that there are. I'll get a few close-ups of a few sponges for you guys throughout this dive. There's going to be a really awesome black tip that I've seen. I'm pretty sure he's a black tip. If I'm wrong, slide down in the comments and tell me I'm an idiot. I'm fine with that. Correct me. I love looking at these sponges. They're so cool to see. All the different types of sponges that there are. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is a whole nother world underwater. There's so much new stuff that I never would have imagined that I would have been able to see and share with you guys. And I really am glad that I get to get out here and share all this with you guys. And I'm trying to find you guys a loggerhead turtle. I'm looking at all the cracks and crevices, just trying to see if I can find one, and there was just no luck this day. If you recognize any of these fish species, or even any of the sponges that I stop and take a look at, go ahead and put the timestamp down in the comments, and put the species of whatever it is that you've seen that you recognize. Everybody should recognize this giant. It's the Goliath Grouper. I did not know that I was going to be running into one of these, and I just looked over and seen him. I'm like, oh wow, this guy is huge too. I mean, there's not really anything around to get reference, but he was huge. There's a shark right there. Didn't even see him. That was another black tip. Did not even see that one. Literally, I just now seen this as I'm recording this. And that's why they're an apex predator. I mean, they just blend in so well. If you're not looking for them, you're not gonna know they were there. I love how these fish just school and in the reef to get out of the current, all bunched up. They're pretty cool to watch. To see them go around doing their little thing. I like these ones. They got really big lips on them. If you know what that is, let me know down in the comments. Those are really cool. All these different types of sponges and coral. I love these little circular ones that I'll point them out again when I get up to them. But here's a black tip right here. Look at this guy. He just jets off. Ah, they're so quick, so quick. That's a really cool looking fish right there to the right. It really, like I've said in my last video, there's so much to look at down here. It's hard to know where to look. I'm fairly new to ocean diving. I don't have very much experience diving ocean, reefs, or anything like that, but there's just so much to take in. It really is awesome. And I'm glad that I get to get video, because I go back and see stuff that I didn't even see while I was actually on the dive. What's your guys' favorite thing to see in the reef videos? Do you guys like looking at the reef or the fish, or combination of the two? Or tell me what you guys like to see, so that way when I go back to the reefs, I can get more of that in my videos. It's not going to be too often right now, but I do plan on getting more ocean and reef dives in. And whatever people are asking me to see, I'm going to try and make it happen. I'm also super excited. Next month I'm getting my 10-year-old certified. So stick around for that. There will be videos of that. I've already got permission to video him through certification, so that'll be an interesting series that I'm going to do on the show. I look forward to being able to get him in the water with me and get some videos of us working with him, getting him tuned up. Here's another giant Goliath Grouper. I love seeing these things. It's also interesting to see creatures that are living in a symbiotic relationship, like that Goliath Grouper and that fish that is feeding off of it. They both need each other to survive, and that kind of brings us back to the whole importance of the reef. The reef is really important for survival of all the fish around because all of them are living in a symbiotic relationship. You know, the reef needs certain fish to clean it. The reef feeds certain fish. It provides shelter for certain fish. They're all really in need of each other to be able to survive. Now, these are the type of sponge that I was talking about. If you know what that is, let me know. The little circle sponge right there. They're really cool looking. Diving and stuff like this makes me want to buy a saltwater tank just so I can have some of this coral and some of these beautiful fish in my house. Like, if I could be in the water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and my bills still got paid, oh, you'd never see me again. I'd always be in the water. I don't make any money off my YouTube. Sometimes I get products to test and stuff. Not very often, but it happens, and that's about it. I do this because I love sharing with you guys everything that I get to see. And I hope you guys enjoy my videos. I really appreciate any likes, comments. If you're not subscribed, you made it this far, go ahead and smash that subscribe button while you enjoy this awesome content. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys watching another episode of Dive Addiction. Make sure you leave me some comments down below. Anything you'd like to see me talk about in future videos, I'm open to doing just about anything. Yeah, and big shout out to the people at Jupiter Dive Centers. You guys are awesome, and I definitely look forward to coming back and diving with you guys again.
Yeah, you're lucky you went up the ladder first.
These guys were really helpful also. Really helpful. Alright guys, until next time, like, comment, and subscribe. Dive Addiction out.
Yeah.